Hey, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. In this video, we're going to talk about this upcoming book. It revolving around the concepts and the art of Galaxy's Edge. Before we dive into that subject, I do want to do a quick little program, a reminder. I did launch a brand new show here on Orange Grove 55. The new show is called Orange Nerd. And I had my first episode yesterday with friend of the channel, Vash Sky. And we talked about a host of topics, including the Shang-Chi trailer, the Spider-Man Disney Sony deal, Rian Johnson wanting to direct an episode of Mandalorian. Link up above. Please check out that video. It was an insanely good conversation. Extremely interesting. Please check it out. It was awesome. So let's talk about this. This is a new book coming out, I believe, on April 27th, and it's The Art of Galaxy's Edge. And they go over a bunch of concepts, for the land, right? Now, typically, full disclosure, I don't like books like this. And the reasoning behind it is because it's kind of like being a kid and, getting all your Christmas presents and then your mom handing you a list of all the presents they were gonna get you, but decided not to get you, right? It's like, why would I want to see that? Why do I want to see a bunch of stuff that you were gonna get me, but you never got me? So why do I care? And that's kind of how I feel about stuff like this. Okay, like I'm gonna see a bunch of concept art that like we never got. So why would I care about it? But the art in this book is actually very, very interesting. And I think it actually plays to what we might see in the future. So this website, EndorExpress.net, check them out. They did a great article, a great piece on this book. And like right here, you can see some of the concept art had like a Star Destroyer, like completely crashed into the ground. I mean, this looks incredible, absolutely incredible. But what I really wanted to talk to you guys about is this right here. A speeder bike concept. It says a surprising addition are some concepts that never came to be. Here's some art for a potential speeder bike chase and bounty hunter attraction. Okay, look at this. Now, the bounty hunter attraction is what really caught my eye because this concept was made when they were designing Batuu, when they were designing Galaxy's Edge. Okay, this is years before The Mandalorian, another famous bounty hunter, right? They had no idea how popular Mandalorian was going to be. Okay, I would bet that this concept, this bounty hunter attraction, gets resurrected and redone for a Mandalorian attraction. We've heard rumors for the past few months now that Disney is really considering changing the timeline, kind of making it more of a fluid timeline where they can have multiple eras in the land. If that pans out, if that turns out to be the case, they're going to want to add a Mandalorian attraction. Mandalorian, again, next to The Force Awakens, is their biggest thing they've done for Star Wars, okay, since they bought Lucasfilm. So the fact that they already have a bounty hunter attraction, like kind of, designed and thought out, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they dust this concept off and repurpose it as a Mandalorian attraction. And not only do we have Mandalorian, which was a massive success, but we have the Book of Boba Fett, which is coming out on Disney Plus fairly soon as well, I think in a couple years. So you have Mando and this new Boba Fett series coming out. Keep an eye on this concept. Keep an eye on this bounty hunter attraction. It would not shock me at all if some of these ideas for this attraction resurface for some sort of future Mandalorian and or Boba Fett attraction. And I'm all for it. I think that would be so badass. I would absolutely love that. Now, a lot of these concepts, look, I mean, we can look through this stuff and go, oh, like, why didn't we get that? Why is Chapek and Bob Iger so cheap? Why can't we get all this cool stuff? And I want to tell you guys something that it's really easy to sort of just be like, yeah, they were cheap. That's why they didn't do it, right? but that's kind of like the low hanging fruit approach. And I'm not saying that that's not part of like the reasoning, because I think budget cuts and things like that, budget constraints are a part of canceling some of these projects. But I also think a lot of it is logistics. Okay. Scott Trowbridge in this book mentions how, and he's an Imagineer, mentions how the Banta, the huge Banta attraction where you're going to ride on a giant Banta through the land, a lot of the reasons why they canceled that attraction wasn't necessarily due to budget, but it was more due to logistics, capacity issues, right? It's a huge attraction. It takes up huge space, but only seats a few people. So they ultimately decided against it. Not every single attraction or an idea that gets canceled is always because Disney is cheap. Okay, I know that's like the fallback opinion that everyone kind of leans on when anything gets canceled, and that's part of the equation, but not always. I also want to share with you guys another piece of art. Give me just 1 second here. Right here. This is concept art for the Indiana Jones Adventure that opened in 1995 at Disneyland. Now, this is a piece of concept art. Look at this. So basically the show building for Indiana Jones was going to house 3 attractions. It was going to kind of all meet up in this one big show building with Indiana Jones, a new minecart roller coaster attraction, and the Jungle Cruise. So here you can see right here, the Jeep, the Indiana Jones Adventure Jeep. Here you can see the coaster track and everything for the minecart. And then right here, you can see the Jungle Cruise boat. Now, maybe part of the reason why they decided not to do this was budgetary reasons, budgetary constraints. Absolutely. But I've heard over and over and over again from people that like within the company and what have you, that a big reason that they canceled this concept of kind of merging these 3 attractions into one big show building was because if one of these attractions goes down, you have to shut all 3 attractions down. So if the Indiana Jones ride ends up breaking down, well, now you have a problem, right? Now you have to close down the Jungle Cruise, and you'd have to close this new minecart roller coaster. So it was a logistical issue. And a lot of times as fans, we don't understand that. We just see this really cool concept art and we're like, oh, I want that. And if they cancel it, oh, they're just cheap. Not necessarily. And again, I want to reiterate, it's not always the case. Sometimes Disney is just cheap, okay? But in a lot of cases, it's not just that. There are logistical concerns, logistical issues. So, but anyway, I just want to share this concept art for those of you that haven't seen it, because I think it is so incredibly cool. I really wish they would have done this. Absolutely, because I think it would have been an incredible experience. But I really want to talk, I really want to get your guys' view and your opinions on this Art of Galaxy's Edge book. Have you seen a lot of the pieces from this book, the artwork? What are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on that bounty hunter attraction? Do you agree with me that that's a possible contender for a new attraction at Galaxy's Edge because of the Book of Boba Fett, because of the massive success of Mandalorian? What are your thoughts on this? Concept art for Indiana Jones. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.